for giving me this platform. This has always been a dream platform to come here, speak to all of you. So today I'm going to share a life journey, my own life journey with you. So it starts with one of the most powerful shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, a book which has been my guiding light all my life. So this is chapter 4th, verse 40th. It is Ajnanacha ashraddhanacha sanshayatma vinashyati na ya loko asti paro na sukham sanshayatma. You know when Bhagavad Gita was spoken. It was spoken on the battlefield. It was spoken when Arjun was not able to fight his own brothers. It was spoken by our own Lord Shri Krishna, who guided Arjun out of that deep misery and empowered him so that he could do the righteous thing. Now this shloka, what does it mean? It means that anybody in this world, if he's not having knowledge and if he's not having conviction, such soul will never find happiness in this world. And not only in this world, in any other world, you'll not be able to find happiness. A lot of people crib about their jobs. They change jobs, they again crib. They change their third job, they again crib. My boss is not good. Great. Next job, my boss is not even good. Okay, next job, my boss is not at all good. I think the problem is not with the boss. The problem lies with you. So, whenever you have to go or grow in your life, you have to have two things. One is knowledge and one is conviction. And so starts the journey of my life. Hello friends, my name is Sanjay Kathuria. I am an MBA, engineer and a CFA. I did my CFA in 2012. After that, I have worked in corporate for 16 years, became financially independent, or rather, purposefully financially independent at the age of 39. And after that, I have become a content creator. Last 9 months have been very, very crazy for me. I started my content creation journey in April of 2014, and God has been extremely kind on me. In just 9 months, we have reached 1 million on Instagram and more than 500,000 on YouTube by all your love, respect, and maybe some authentic information which I have to try to provide you through my content. But today, I'll speak about my little journey. A middle-class boy, born in Rajasthan, started studying in Mumbai. Father is working in government service. Mother is a housewife, has a younger brother. Grandfather has cancer, stays with us. And my father's brothers, not very well to do. Yes, maybe that's a life I think a lot of people can correlate to. Not exactly the same, but maybe the hardships which we can correlate to. Life was progressing. We had a scooter. That scooter was Bajaj scooter. And after some years, life progressed and that Bajaj scooter converted into an LML scooter. But life was still on a scooter. And that was our life in the initial part of our journey. I still remember those days, very, very difficult days of life, when I used to travel in the sleeper class of the normal train. And trust me, I never got a berth. I used to sleep on the ground. And that day I used to feel, oh my God, is this my life? Is this something which is going to continue all my life? Is this something which I will stick to all my life? I wanted to change it. I wanted to do something to get out of this middle class trap. The word middle class was so ingrained in us. It was told to us, beta, हम ये नहीं खरीद सकते, हम middle class हैं. Beta, हम ये नहीं कर सकते, हम middle class हैं. Yes, it was so much that it was so difficult to break it. I saw a recent experiment by someone when he put a lot of flies into a jar. He capped the jar. After 5 days, when the jar was opened and all the flies were released, the flies couldn't go above the lid of the jar. The jar was not there, but they just couldn't go beyond that jar. And their offsprings, the kids of those flies, they also couldn't fly above that jar lid. And that's what mentality can do to you. And two things which really help you there is knowledge and conviction. So I'll give a journey in 3 parts. The first part is my education. I was not a very good student early on. But in 10th standard, something struck me and I decided that I would study very hard and try to get good marks. In our society of 100 people, there used to be a competition. Whoever tops in 10th standard would hoist the flag on 15th of August, and whoever tops in 12th standard would hoist the flag on 26th January. Just imagine, every parent's dream is that their kid can hoist the flag because it was such a big thing for them. I tried in 10th standard, but I miserably failed. Miserably failed, I couldn't. And my parents were very, very visibly upset with me. Obviously, they had this dream that the eldest son will do something because my younger brother is hearing handicapped. So they were not very highly expectant of him. All the expectation was lying on me. I couldn't see that. I was in trouble. My parents were not happy. What do I do at that time? Yes, knowledge, conviction. I started studying. I never used to wake up at 4 a.m. I used to start studying at 4 a.m. I used to wake up at 3:45. Kapil Dev once told very beautiful statement. He said, 4 बजे उठने का टाइम नहीं होता, 4 बजे मैदान पे पहुंचने का टाइम होता है. And that's what you have to do if you have to do something different. That's what I did for 500 days straight. All my 11th and 12th standard, what I was doing, waking up at 3:45, started my studies at 4 a.m. 500 days of continuous compounding helped me achieve my goal. And in 12th standard, I secured 98% in physics, chemistry, and maths, aggregate 92%. And yes, with by far a margin, I could hoist the flag. And that hoisting of the flag is memorable to me not because I was standing there. It was because my parents were very proud. They wore new clothes. They were happy. It was 8 a.m. They were at the grounds at 7:45 a.m. Yes, for that happiness, I think it was well hard worked. But two things again, which came very handy to me, were knowledge and conviction. Guys, I'm telling you, it is the most powerful tool in this world. If you have to change your mindset, only two things, knowledge and conviction. That one day, I got a very interesting learning. I used to be a very big cricket fan. And I remember way back in 1998, 1999, Sachin Tendulkar was at his peak. He used to play at Sharjah. He used to just blast the ball. And I read that he had got a 100 crore rupee ad deal. That's way back. You're talking in 1998. Nobody had heard that number. And I was talking to my dad. And my father said, Sanjay, he's building himself and you are happy about him. What are you doing to yourself? So that day I realized, if you build yourself, the world will love you. And if you don't, this world will shove you. So the choice is yours. Whether you want to build yourself, then the world will love you, or you don't want to do anything and the world will say bad things about you. So that was my learning from this incident. Now as life progressed, kept on moving ahead, did my engineering, did my MBA in finance, and I'm so glad that today I'm meeting one of my professors, Mr. Kaustubh, who's here, who taught me at Wellinkers when I was a student. Thank you so much, sir. All respect and gratitude towards you. Now, I secured a job out of my college, one of the best jobs I could have got. And it will entice you because I got that job in real estate. I became an executive assistant to Mr. Ashish Raheja, who's the managing director of Raheja Universal, one of the biggest real estate groups in Bombay. And I had the pleasure of working directly with him. I learned skills from him. I learned a lot, but I realized one thing, that when you get out of your education institute and when you enter a job, it's like moving from entitlement to complete work dependent. So, till the time you're in college, yes, you are a bit entitled. The moment you're in the job field, you are in a competitive world. So, the only thing which works towards it is knowledge and conviction. Once again, knowledge and conviction. What I did, whatever was my salary, I would reinvest 5% of that every time into learning more skills. I learned advanced Excel, I learned data analytics, I learned financial modeling, and I completed my CFA. So all of this I did after I finished from college. I see a lot of students today, once they have done their college, they don't do anything after that. They feel, पढ़ाई हो चुकी है, अब कुछ करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. But let me tell you guys, the moment you step out of this campus is when your real skill building would start. So, knowledge and conviction. So if you can combine knowledge, new knowledge, and convincingly use it for your job, you will grow in your life. Let me tell you a very good fact, that in 6 years in my job career, my salary grew from 7 lakh rupees per year to 40 lakh rupees per year. So that means it was a 6 times jump in 6 years, which I could create for myself. Now you would ask, Sanjay, what worked for you? The only thing which worked for me was upskilling myself, knowledge and conviction. Knowledge and conviction. So when I was doing my job, I realized one thing. And this was something which I read in a newspaper and which stuck with me very strongly. I'm sure you must have heard of Major Dhyan Chand. Major Dhyan Chand was one of the biggest hockey players of our times. And in Berlin, in Germany, when he played, he defeated the German team 8-1. So he was invited by Adolf Hitler. And Adolf Hitler invited him and said, your country does nothing for you. They don't treat you well. They don't give you shoes. They don't give you that environment. They don't give you good salaries. Come to Germany. I will give you a higher rank. I will make you the captain of the hockey team. And you will get so much money that you can't even imagine. You know what was Major Dhyan Chand's answer? He said, I will never ask what my country did for me. I will only ask what I could have done for my country, and have I done it perfectly? Now, this is one thing which all of you need to ingrain in your lives. What? Don't ask what my boss is doing for me. Don't ask what this job is doing for me. First ask, are you justifying this job? Are you giving your best to this job? And trust me, a day will come that you will be begged to paid. Yes, people will come to you and they will beg you so that they can pay you. And I learned this in my journey because once I was in a contributing mode, not demanding mode, I suddenly saw a plethora of opportunities. A lot of people who came to me and said, Sanjay, work with us. We are ready to double your salary. And that's how I 6 times my salary in 6 years. So the biggest mantra I took out of this part of my journey was create value, share value. If you can create value for others, nobody in this world will shy away from sharing the value. And if that person doesn't share value with you, somebody else will identify you and share value with you. So don't worry, just keep on contributing. That is the biggest mantra to increase your income over your life. So that was the second phase of my life. I worked for 16 years and I kept changing jobs. Yes, I did. Because I could see opportunities which gave me more money and also a greater responsibility so that I could improve myself faster. But then came a time when I was investing. Yes, a lot of you know me by investing. So I started investing way back in 2008 through something known as systematic investment plan in mutual funds. And I kept on doing that for last 16 years, just kept on investing. And one fine day, when I checked my balance, I saw, wow, this is a great number. I think now I don't need to work anymore. And at the age of 39, I finally decided that I will hang my corporate boots. That means I'll no longer work for anybody else and start on my own. But I will never use the word retire because retire is a very negative connotation word. I will use the word which is called purposefully, financially. That means that from now on, I don't need to depend on new income to sustain my life, but this independence I will use to contribute back to all of you for the love which you have given me, for the knowledge which I have gained, and I want to give content out to you so that you can learn from me. And that's when my content journey started. And when my content journey started, everybody said, Sanjay, it's going to be very difficult for you. You have no experience in content. You don't know, all these Instagram and YouTube and other things. I said, I know one thing. I have knowledge, I have conviction, and I will be authentic. That's it. That was the thing which was required. And another thing which was consistency. Yes, for last more than 9 months, every day we have released one reel or a short. Every week we release 3 long videos. And it is like pran jai par vachan na jai. The same way we have to put out content. If I'm not keeping well, I will put out content. If I am somewhere else, I will put out content. If my team is not there, I will edit, but I'll put out the content. So this is the kind of commitment I gave to content creation. And as I said, the more you give is the more you get. So I gave very little, but people gave me a lot. And we reached at 1.5 million audience within a span of 9 months. What was my biggest learning out of this? We just heard a term which was content is king. I don't agree to that. The word is content is not king. It is a complete kingdom. So if today you really want to establish yourself, if you really want to come forward, if you really want to enhance your value, content is the only marketing left in this world. No hoardings, no newspaper ads, no TV magazines, nothing can work as much as content on social media, which can work. And the power of that I have seen personally in the last 9 to 10 months. So guys, if you summarize my life journey, it has been around very little things. The things are knowledge and conviction, because I take my lessons from the main hero himself, that's Lord Krishna, who recited the Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago, but the timeless principles are still valid today. So I will again close this session with the same shlok. Agyana cha shraddhana cha sanshayatma vinashyati naya loko asti paro na sukham sanshayatma. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience.